Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the West Ham Network. This is your Hammers headlines in association with our good friends over at kumb.com. That's Knees Up Mother Brown. If you haven't already, go and check out their wonderful content as per usual. I'm in my makeshift office space, you could say, and I'm bringing you some of the news updates for today, our Hammers headlines, of course. So I'm going to get started on the first story, and that is all about a young player who's out on loan. His name is Freddie Potts, as you can probably see from the title and the thumbnail. Now, apparently, according to some sources, West Ham are considering bringing Freddie Potts back from his loan spell at Portsmouth. Now, people are suggesting that he could be recalled because we are obviously needing that energy and that vibrance in the middle of the park. He's 21 years old and he has been performing extremely well for Portsmouth. He's got 1 goal, 3 assists along the way since he's joined them. And should he be recalled to Graham Potter's senior side for the rest of the campaign, I think that would work wonders. He's been on a loan spell at Wycombe Wanderers last season, and he has impressed in the Championship with Portsmouth. However, being at the wrong side of the table maybe might not help and may hinder his development. I'm not saying it does, and I don't think necessarily it will, but bringing him back to East London, to West Ham, could push him on to the next stage of his career, and he could be ready. Graham Potter is known for transforming young players into gems, so this could be the relevant time, especially during this window when we're needing reinforcements in the middle of the park. You've seen from the game the other day how static we were in the middle of the park, so I think bringing someone like Freddie Potts, who does look absolute like he is not a proper geezer, proper player, proper West Ham talent in the middle of the park, and that could really shore up things for us. So let me know your thoughts on that one. The next story for today is on Carlos Soler, who I rate quite highly, as long as we get the form back. Bit confused why he didn't start against Crystal Palace, but I think we may see that transformation with him and Graham Potter moving forward. I think he brings that dynamic movement in the middle of the park. There's a viral clip going of when West Ham and Mavropanos gains the ball at the back of defence, and we're looking at all of our midfield, and there's a bit of staticness, quite a lot of staticness to be honest. But I think this is going to take time for Potter to implement his changes in the team, and I think Soler is going to be part of that implementation moving in the season. Now, there's been a lot of reports suggesting that West Ham would try and sign him permanently this winter. That would be apparently £17 million was the original deal, but it looks like West Ham are unlikely to sign him permanently this month because it would free up plenty of our finances to look elsewhere. We obviously have to, if we're going to take him on in the summer, keep that money aside for that one to go through. But we are prioritising other deals this month, and I think that Soler will play a key part for Potter and West Ham moving forward. He's made 19 appearances across all competition, notching 1 goal, very good goal, and 1 assist as well. And he's still under contract at Paris Saint-Germain until 2027 as well. But he has started 10 for West Ham, and I do think moving forward, he could be quite vital and important to Potter. But like I said, the money has to be spent elsewhere, so we'll probably have to wait and see that we'll move forward in the new year when it comes to, in the new season when it comes to Carlos Soler in the summer. Now, of course, we've heard the story about John Duran. I brought that to you earlier on, but the third piece story for you today is that West Ham are tracking other strikers, apparently. Red Bull Leipzig striker Andre Silva, who apparently is keen to join Potter on a loan deal. But again, he's maybe the wrong side of 30. Well, he's not the wrong side of 30. He's just tilling very closely to that 30 sign. But another player that keeps coming up is Awoniyi of Nottingham Forest. He's valued around about the £20 million marker. He's got Premier League experience, but I suppose one of the biggest concerns would be his injury problems or things that maybe could come back and bite West Ham on the arse. There's lots of other players there. Evan Ferguson and, like I said, Silva are on the short list of West Ham. Awoniyi, who did enjoy a good start to the 23-24 season as Nottingham Forest's first choice. Hitman has lost his place to the absolutely crazily in form Chris Wood. Who would have thought that? But Espirito Santo may still be reluctant to let a capable backup option depart Nottingham Forest, considering how far they are pushing up. So I suppose they may be wanting to look for an option coming in before they let go. But I think there's no doubts that Awoniyi is a talent, but the concern would be his injury record as well. So let me know your thoughts on some of the striker links potentially coming into West Ham. They're just short, sharp, and straight to the point Hammers headlines for today. Would you recall Freddie Potts from Portsmouth? Do you think he is capable of starting in the starting 11 for West Ham? Will West Ham recall Freddie Potts from Portsmouth? Next up, should we sign Carlos Soler now, or should we even consider signing him in the summer, or should we send him back and look at other reinforcements in the middle of the park? And lastly, Awoniyi. Would you take Awoniyi? Silva? What striker would you like? Jonathan David is another name that keeps popping up that people are thinking we should go for. Lille placing Liverpool in the Champions League, of course. So let me know your thoughts on all of those links. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. Please leave a comment. Come on, you Irons.